Hello, everyone. Hope all of you are having a good day. I am Deepsika and I go by Deeps, and I'm a costume designer and I'm working with Tara and Kara in the costume shop, creating the costumes for, by the way, meet Vera Stark. It is such a fascinating play. So I'm going to share my presentation with you because I'm at a back back to school meeting with my kid for my kids. So I'm not here in person today. So Vera Stark's production has a lot of complexity in terms of race, in terms of identities, in terms of medium, whether it's film, whether it's theater, whether it's TV show, talk show, whether it's a scholarly symposium. So there's a lot of collaging and a lot of melding together that happens in Vera Stark. I like Adrian Kennedy's work, and it's almost like Funny House of a Negro because it sort of combines so many things, so many memories, so many concepts together. So early on, we will establish that Vera is the help and Gloria is the sort of starlet, America's Sweetie Pie film. So not only is she Vera's boss, but she also has this other persona. But in private, Vera is the one who sort of has more strength and more capacity and more capability to call the shots. Maybe in their clothes in this early scenes, we will establish how Gloria is definitely upper class, and then Vera is the help. She's the working class person in this relationship. So the same thing continues over here. In this image on the side, this is a group of African American women who were traveling to Europe all together. They were very young, I think, in their teens and early 20s. And it sort of reminded me of what is Vera's potential? Like, who is the real Vera that we don't know? But the play almost always collages that identity for Vera. We never really get to experience Vera from her own experience. Gloria, as I was saying, she's the starlet, America's Sweetie Pie. Lottie is this character who had been an actress before, but now is a seamstress. She and Vera and Anna Mae, they live in an apartment someplace away from Gloria's house. And Lottie is more sort of messy. Maybe she has more patterns in her clothes. She is more earthy and real. And her relationship with Vera is also more real. And she does not hide her emotions and dislikes. Next, we meet Anna Mae. Anna Mae, on the other hand, is a wannabe. She is biracial. She can pass off as anyone, and she dresses well, and she is dating someone we know in the early part of the play, and later on it is revealed that she is dating the director that everyone is trying to get attention of. This is just talking about Vera and Gloria and their friendship. Vera and Leroy. So Leroy is a young man, African-American man who we meet, and he he's attracted to Vera, and Vera is attracted to him. Later on, we learn that they do end up having a relationship. In the first phase, when we meet, we learn that he is Man Friday for the director, which really means he's a chauffeur, but we don't really learn that he's a chauffeur until later on. In the next scene, we have a party, and this party is hosted at at Gloria's house. And Gloria has invited a whole bunch of people. We learned that she's invited the producer Slasvik, she's invited Maximilian, the director. She has, but then the interesting part is that she has a lot of help. So Lottie comes to help. Vera is helping. A young man comes in, and we learn that this man is Maximilian, sorry, not Maximilian, he's Leroy, and he comes in a chauffeur uniform because he is driving for one of the white men. But really, what we also establish at this party is how segregated the racial workload is, and they are all having to wear a certain look. Lottie actually says, "I'm not going to wear the maid's hat." So there is a particular kind of classness and racialness to their working at this party. And this party also becomes everyone's audition. So Lottie and Vera and everyone is auditioning for this movie that Maximilian is going to make, and Slasvik is going to produce. And in this party, Slasvik and Maximilian end up having a fight because they don't agree on what this movie is going to be. But we do know that Maximilian wants the movie to be shot in New Orleans. So next, we move on to this period piece of a Southern plantation, The Belle of New Orleans, where Gloria is in the leading role, but she is an octoroon character, which means she's a mixed race character as Maria, and Anna May is as Cecilia is with her, and then Vera is Tilly, who is the maid, who is the slave actually in this play, in this movie, and we will be shooting this, and we'll also be seeing footage of this throughout in the later part of the play. So from there, we move into 1970s Hollywood. And here in Hollywood, we are in the Brad Donovan show, where Brad Donovan is hosting this talk show. He's a very appealing talk show host, and everybody relates to him. He has a musician, a British musician, Peter, on stage with him. And then Vera comes on stage, and they're talking about Vera's career. Brad also asked Sarah about her clothes, and I was researching, and she references an African-American designer. I was researching African-American designers who are famous for their work. And Scott Barry is one name that comes up. He was very famous for his bright patterns, but the 70s in general were very bright and bold. So Vera is wearing something very bright and flowery and bold in that scene. And then Gloria also comes in that scene. And both Vera and Gloria are older now because we've moved from the 1930s to the 1970s. And then finally, from the 1970s, we suddenly move into 2003 Hollywood. And in 2003 Hollywood, this is a symposium. And there is Herb Forrester, who is the original Leroy character. There is Afua, who's the original Anna May character. And there is Lottie, who is now a professor, scholar as Carmen. And they are all looking at the footage of the 1930s film and talking about Vera's life and talking about Vera's career. And this 2003 scene and this 1970s scene, they blend together and they sort of become collage at almost collage-like towards the end. And then we see Vera and Gloria come back on as their 30s characters. So that is the presentation. I'm going to stop it here. I know I'm not here for questions, but I'll be meeting all of you soon for more questions, and we'll see all of you at fittings. Thank you so much.